think that's some type of spider. To get outside before the heat wave warning starts, which is like 11, I think. But it's only like 7 a.m. and I can already tell that the air just feels like really, really dry. And it's been like this the last few days, so it's been about a week since I've gotten back to my walking routine, which is good habit-wise, but even in the mornings, like if it feels like this, it's just not the best. I've been filming a lot of walk with me videos of like the art of noticing when I'm out in nature, trying to notice the intricate details, the wildlife, the textures of the leaves, looking for flowers, the sunlight, the way it hits the trees in the morning. But I want to bring that content here on my long form channel as well. And that's part of what I want to figure out today is how to diversify my content and prioritize different platforms. These types of plants I have found, for the most part, always have interesting things. Like I've seen ladybugs, baby dragonflies, ants, caterpillars, so I always make sure to stop and look through them just in case there's something beautiful waiting to be noticed. I always look for the spiders. Sometimes my camera doesn't want to focus. Far I've seen one little bunny, a few birds. I saw a cardinal, a couple other birds. Haven't seen any dragonflies. Right now I feel like you can't really see the spider webs as well. Sometimes I find you have to get out earlier or a little bit later. The sunlight, as it changes, illuminates the spider webs differently, which is a positive that I like to focus on when I feel like maybe my morning routine isn't exactly the same day to day, because then there's little magical differences like that. You are able to notice things differently. I think it's time to head home for breakfast. I love getting outside first thing in the morning because it brings me this peace, this sense of gratitude. Like you feel so small in the best way. Like part of your community, part of nature. There's so many details to notice, which can be a really grounding practice. It can shape your perspective for the day. And then don't forget all of the benefits of, I just walked through a spider web. Don't forget all of the benefits of like moving your body, going on walks, being in nature, being outside. I just feel like there's so many benefits to it as a whole, but for me it's like mostly a really mindful way to start my day. That's like my favorite part about it. Everything else is kind of just extra. And then you're also getting morning sunlight, which is good for your circadian rhythm. Overall, I recommend it. I've been doing oats made in almond milk and topping it with like honey, maple syrup, frozen wild blueberries. I'm out of my frozen wild blueberries, so I do have some frozen cherries and some dark chocolate chips, so I think I might do that. I just saw a butterfly, and it reminds me that we recently planted some butterfly wildflowers, like the kinds that they like, and I'm just so excited for them to grow. It might take a little bit, but I'm excited. Well, I ended up being outside for nearly 40 minutes. Not entirely walking that whole time because I was just enjoying nature, taking pictures and videos. But I'm glad I got outside because it's going to be getting into the 90s plus like the heat wave warning. So I'm glad that I was able to spend some time outside in case we're unable to today, if it's too uncomfortable, or if we're not able to until it's evening. Like, it would be nice to be able to go on like a sunset walk. It rained like in the middle of the night, so everything is such a vibrant green. There's dewdrops everywhere. I just saw a woodpecker. It is so beautiful out. I'm sure the sunrise was stunning because I showed you what the clouds look like right now. But anytime after rain or right before a storm, I find that the sunrise or sunset is always absolutely beautiful. So I'm a little bit sad that I missed it, but as I mentioned before in other videos, there's a time for everything. During this time of the morning, you may notice different things that you couldn't have earlier in the morning or later in the morning, or maybe the sun is shining on the plants and dewdrops and spiderwebs in a unique way that it doesn't shine during sunrise. So there's always something beautiful to notice. See, look at the sky. I feel like it was a stunning sunrise. Actually, a slight chilliness in the air. Probably the rain cooled it down a bit, but we've been in a heat wave the last few days, so it's nice. But we still have another heat wave warning. Even though I'm not always vlogging like this, sometimes I get really shy if I'm like taking photos or videos in nature if there's other people around. And there's been a lot of people outside this morning. So I feel like my walk hasn't really gone the way I would have wanted, just because I'm like stopping a lot and walking back and forth just because there's been so many people. But I think everyone's just trying to get outside before it gets really hot. But I feel like I've seen a lot more wildlife than I have in a while in this short period of time that I've been outside. Like, I saw a blue jay, a woodpecker. Honestly, I think that's pretty much it. I've seen some other birds, but I'm still learning the species. But sometimes I just like to just stand here and look around and enjoy all of the green. Let's see how many of these little white bugs we can find. 3, 4, 5, 7, 8. I guess they really like this plant. 9. There's number 10. I don't think I've ever noticed that many of those bugs, but maybe I just didn't notice. Or maybe they really like the rain. This is a perfect example. When I first walked past this spider web, the sunlight was just too bright and it wasn't showing up on camera. And now you can see it more. Well, I made it outside this morning right before the sun rises. So the bright pinks and oranges are just starting to peek through. I'm excited to see what it looks like this morning. I don't even remember the last time I saw like the sunrise sky because I've been getting outside a little bit later. It still feels very dark outside. It just seems so quiet out here right now. I have walked through at least 3 spider webs, and I can only hope that there's not a spider on me.